This is episode 7. We are two she's in a pod. I'm Holly.
I'm Jazz.
And we are the two she's in one pod where we have conversations that rip us all apart. And on today's episode, we don't really have a plan, but we are talking about just a general life update. We're talking about how we feel during this complete rearrangement of our lives. And we're talking about just the general output of how we're doing right now, today. To start off the episode, I want to ask a broad question in general. Like, I do want it to be broad, but I want your answer to be broad as well. What do you think we have gotten better at since moving here? Or you? What do you think you have gotten better at since moving here? And it can be small, it can be big. I'm just curious.
Taking myself out of the situations that I'm not happy with.
Her.
Before, I used to stick out. I used to stay in a situation where I was not happy just to test my limits, just to see how far I can go. Now, if I'm not happy with something, I will pull myself out of that situation. It can be when I'm talking to people, if I have a job that I'm not happy with, if I'm not happy with the way I am looking, doing things, I think I have gotten better at pulling myself out of that situation, but with grace. I don't do that with judgment. I don't do that out of resentment for my own self. I do that because I know I can feel better, I can do better, I can show up better if I am happier in that situation. So that is one of the biggest difference that I have been seeing in myself. And believe me, it is hard. It is still hard to take that decision because the way I work is I always try to point out what is wrong in my own self first. I always try to hold myself accountable. But now I take a step back and I do not point fingers at my own self.
Do you have an example of this?
I was really unhappy at a job. I was very unhappy. I started hating myself, and I'm not a person who hates her own self. I love myself. I was not happy, and I used to come to Holly almost every day, and I used to tell her, I am so bad at my job. I hate it. I cannot do this.
But it was because of outer sources that were telling her that she was bad at her job. That's the problem too.
Yes.
It had nothing to do with Jazz. It was just the people that were around her. I'm convinced they were racist. Or just absolutely disgusted with their own lives that they had to be so rude to you. It had to be in one of the two.
Sometimes I look back and I'm like, wow, it was bad. I thought to myself, this has to change. I left the job, I took a month break, and here we are, happier. And I was not the problem.
And you got another job, and now you're happier.
There is this thing that I learned while I quit, while I was taking the break, and when I started the new job, is sometimes when you are in a toxic environment, it becomes a norm. It becomes a habit to be in that environment that you stop questioning that why is this environment so negative? Because you get used to it. And then I got to a new job and I realized the difference that, wow, that's day and night. This is so crazy. So I'm so happy that I did that for myself. And there was another thing that I really felt grateful for is, please guys, if you can save. Always have some money back up. That's one thing I was so grateful for. Because if I would not have the money to fall back on, I would not have been able to quit. It would have taken me a lot more time. And it would have taken me a lot more courage to pull myself out of that situation because it's hard being broke.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah.
Money is a big thing. You know, money doesn't cause happiness, but money causes freedom.
Yes.
It gives you the freedom to do what you want to do. And if that means quitting your job and having a month to yourself,
yes,
that's freedom.
It was so good. I loved it.
No, yeah, for sure.
I'm so grateful I was able to do it. I'm gonna ask you the same question. What change have you witnessed in your own self since you have moved over here?
I would say the biggest change that I've witnessed within myself since moving to Calgary is giving myself the freedom to be me. I used to always be myself according to the people that I loved. But since moving to Calgary, I have no one to meet expectations with. It's just like traveling to me. When I travel, I feel like I've escaped the box that people have put me in, and I can be whoever I am, whoever I want to be, and whoever I believe I am. So that's why I love solo traveling when I went traveling on my own. I went to these new places and met new people, and I was completely on my own. There was no one to be like, no, you weren't that. No, you weren't this. Oh, you didn't do that. I could be me. There was no box that I was put in. So I completely put myself out there. I was vulnerable to everyone that I met because I had nothing to hide. It was me. And it was awesome. So that's exactly why, another reason that I wanted to move away once I got home from this trip. So I traveled Asia for about 3.5 months, 4 months. It taught me that I can be me and people will appreciate that version of me no matter what. So that's the one reason why I always, and I'm going a little bit off topic, but I always say to people, and I will die on this, that the one way you will learn to be yourself, or the one way that you'll learn to love yourself, is to go travel on your own. I know it sounds scary, and it was scary. I remember the day before I left to go to Vietnam, I was going to Tofino for a week to visit my friend that lived in Tofino in Canada, and I was scared shitless. I had my backpack in hand. I had nothing but my passport, my visa, and so many things went wrong. I could do a whole episode on the things that went wrong, where I was actually running in the Vancouver airport when I was going to Vietnam. I didn't have my visa printed out properly, so I had to run to a bougie ass hotel and beg them to let me print the receipts and print the visa. I almost didn't get on that flight, but I have never learned more about myself, and I have never learned more about the world than when I was to travel on my own. I saw a different side of people, I saw a different side of things, and I saw a different side of myself. All in all, it was a crazy experience. And so when coming back to Saskatoon, I knew that there was so much more to this world, and I needed to explore that. So coming to Calgary, it gave me that opportunity to be myself in a different place and to open up a whole different side of opportunities than if Jazz and I were to just get an apartment in Saskatoon. And yes, it's still in Canada, and yes, I still know people, but it just makes a whole different experience to be able to experience yourself in a new place where you're scared, where you're vulnerable, where you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. It makes a big, big difference. And again, Jazz and I'm speaking for the both of us, we still are not confident in our move to Calgary, but yet I am still confident in our move to Calgary. I truly believe in the saying, what's meant to be will be. It's going to happen the way that it's supposed to happen. And even if this ends up that we both made a poor decision and we go back to our lives the way that they were, then so be it. But I am so confident in us being us and us taking this as an experience. We've been having a good time. Let's be fucking for real. We've been having a good time. You've seen the episodes, the woo! We are up and down, bitches. Oh but God. We are having a good time while doing it. And I've learned so much about Jazz. Jazz has learned so much about me. But we have been having a good time. And we've been learning about ourselves, each other, and everyone around us so much more. So that's what I'm thankful for.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It is crazy.
That's why I really, because when you gave me the idea of this episode, Holly was the one who came up with the idea. And she was talking about how we should just talk about how we are doing life right now. How life is looking for us after the big move. And I loved the idea. I could not stop thinking about it because it's been crazy. I remember when we were in India and we were taking a walk at our terrace and we had all these big plans, and I was telling Holly, it's been 8 months. I really need to get out there. I need to start a job. I'm going to grind. We're going to start this podcast. And I had this perfect image of how everything is going to work out. How we would have the nicest apartment, which we do.
We do. That's actually something. We do.
Yes, we
have
do.
the nicest apartment.
So how we will have this nicest apartment. We're going to live our lives. We're going to explore. We're going to work. We're going to make that money. The podcast is going to go good. We would have everything figured out. And it has been messy. It has been nothing but messy. Nothing has gone according to our plans.
No.
Not even one single thing.
No.
Not even one single thing. The only thing that has worked out is us making the move. We are in Calgary. That is the only thing that have worked out. Other than that, it has been messy. It has been crazy. There have been lows. The lows have been low. We have touched the rock bottom. We have cried so much.
This couch has felt it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have cried on the floors. We have binged.
On the floors, yeah. We have
Yes.
cried on the floors.
Yes. And a month living in Calgary, I remember this day. I think we were sitting on the couch. And I tell Holly, I'm like, I can't do this. This has been too much. And I was like, you too? Because until that point, she thought that Jazz is doing fine. She has got her shit together. That was the first day I was like, I am losing my mind. I'm losing my mind over here. What are we doing? Nothing is really going according to our plan, first. Second, every single episode that we were recording, it was not working out. There was something wrong with the audio,
Yeah.
something wrong with the video. And this bitch has worked her ass off. Like
So has Jazz, though. She needs to give herself credit.
But I'm bad with technology. I am impatient with it as well.
She's been great, though.
Oh, I appreciate
No, you have. When I needed you most, you came in clutch. So let's be real.
Oh, I appreciate
But yes,
you.
the first, I bet you we have recorded about 20 episodes.
Yes.
And we have this is our 7th that we're posting.
Yes. There was this day we recorded like 4 times. We recorded for like
And we
6 to
still
7
didn't
hours.
post.
No, because it didn't work out.
Yeah. If I were to hear this from an outsider perspective, I'd be like, 4 times in a day. But there's a lot that goes into recording a podcast, especially us as perfectionists.
Yes.
Again, that's something that we could blame ourselves on, but we expect a good episode. We want to put something good out there. And so for us to record 4 times during a day, it takes a lot. It's a toll out of you. And it's mentally exhausting. Jess and I will have great ass conversations alone. As soon as we put the camera up, as soon as we put the microphones here, the conversation just gets mid for some reason.
Yes. It does not feel as organic. And imagine if we're recording the same thing 4 times, we already had the conversations.
It just sounds fake.
It sounds fake.
Like, you know, when you hear like podcasts and they're like scripted, you can tell.
Yes.
Most of the time you can tell if they're scripted. And the last thing that Jazz and I wanted was scripted podcast. And ours sounded scripted by the end of it because we were re-recording so many times. It was just bad.
And we have started to find our groove, the flow that we like, because one of the things that we want to do with this podcast is show us as it is. We do not want to put any filters on. We do not want to make it look good. We want it to be messy. We want it to be authentic. We want our big laughs out there. We want to just be ourselves. And it is hard. It is hard putting yourself out
Like
there.
I was just saying today, I was like, holy shit. And Jess was like, what? And I was like, my life is so public. Like if a man were to come into my life and they're like, oh, I want to see what she's like, or a friend were to come into my life, and then listen to our podcast, they would know exactly who I am, everything
Yes.
about me, the most vulnerable parts of me. And I'm like, this
Yes.
is scary. My life is so public.
Yes. And trying to do this while we are trying to pay bills, it is hard.
Yeah, it is
Let's be real. Let's be fucking for real.
Yeah.
It is so hard.
In order to make rent meet and our lifestyle meet, which Jazz and I, whenever we have a day off or even like 4 hours consecutively off, we are going out. We are getting food, and we're not just going somewhere cheap. No. And if we are going somewhere cheap, we're getting 7 dishes. We're not getting one, so it's not going to be cheap. Jazz and I live an expensive lifestyle. Our rent is expensive.
It is.
I've never paid this much rent in my life. I'm used to mommy and daddy like supporting me. I've never been this broke in my life. So it's a new process. And then after working full time, I'm also recording. I'm also editing. I'm also doing this. I'm doing that. I'm trying to have hobbies. It's hard. Like Calgary has been hard. And we're only in the summer. Imagine winter.
We're not ready for the
Yeah,
winter.
we are not ready for the winter. We have to walk to work. Both broke asses. We don't have cars. Like, no. We are slaving to work.
Oh my God.
Slaving is not the right word, but you know what I mean. Canceled. Whatever. I don't care.
As long as you say slaving and then cut the I don't care part, you're fine, I think.
Right.
But see, the point of this episode is to tell everyone out there that when you're figuring it out, it's messy. There is your personal life going on. There's professional life. You have to pay your bills. You have to try to show up every day. And it is hard showing up every day. And you have to try not being hard on yourself. You have to be okay failing over and over again and still showing up. And it has been hard. I have lost people in the past few months, people who have been very dear to me. And oh, bro, it fucking sucks. It sucks losing people. I have always been the kind of person who have reasoned herself out of everything. If I find a good reason, if I find a good lesson in something, I accept it and I move on. But the losses that I have felt in the last few months, I have not been able to reason them. They just feel like losses. That's it. Point blank, period. Lost people who I really cared about. And it does not matter what I think or how could I have fixed it or how I could have shown up better. I've lost them. The one thing with me, again, is I always try to see how could I have done better, how I could have changed things. But there are times when you cannot. I did my best with what I could do at that time. And that is another reminder for myself or people out there. Sometimes we want to go back into the past and we want to change things. You did your best with what you knew at that time. With the information that was available to you, you did your best. That was the best you could show up. Now you know better, you do better. Right? I cannot change anything. That was the person I was at that point. In that moment, that was Jazz. And if she was entitled, she was entitled. I cannot be hard on myself now because the past me was entitled. I can be better now for the people I have in my life right now. I can show up for them better, but I cannot be hard on myself. I cannot live in guilt. And I think it's so easy to forgive people, but I find it so hard to forgive my own self. I cannot forgive my own self. I'm always so hard on myself. When it comes to someone else's mistake, I always give them a benefit of doubt. Me? No. I always have to show up in the perfect sense, in the perfect way. And it hasn't gotten me far. So we are trying something different. And that is another thing that I'm trying. I'm trying to be more kind to myself. And you can always be more kind, believe me. You can always be more kind because sometimes the judgment that we have towards our own self, it's so unconscious. We do not even realize that we are judging ourselves until we realize it. So yeah, I don't know. I love figuring it out. I love having people. Holly has been so kind to me. I love you.
Oh, I love jazz. I got home from a hard weekend. I'm not going to lie, it was still hard. I went home for a weekend just because it opened up like old boxes that I thought were closed. And there were flowers on my bed and a note that said, "You're doing so great." And it was just signed Jazz. And it was just such a simple note. It was just simple flowers, but I was just like, oh, I can't wait to spill the tea to you. You don't even know what happened this weekend. And she was giving me flowers and a note. I was like, oh, just you wait. Just you wait till I tell you what happened. But I was just like, just that. It's just giving me grace. It's giving me the space to be who I am. And that's the one thing. If you've listened to every single episode, what Jazz has given me is such an incredible amount of space to be myself and just to live the way that I would typically live. And I think that that is so special. Even when she left the flowers on my bed with a note, I was like, oh, maybe she wouldn't have left this if she knew what I did. And then I told her what I did. And she was like,
I would have given her 2 bouquets for that.
oh my God. See, this is why I love this girl. Honestly. And then we were talking about our wedding and how we need to like apply to be a common law so that we can each get the discounts that her work brings. I'm like, we just need to claim each other as lesbians so that we get this discount. And she was so down for it.
This reminds me of, you know what? I knew that this episode is going to be about you and me.
Okay, I think this is a very, I don't know, subjective question, especially for not growing up in Canada. Jazz moved here when she was 18. She's from India. But I'm curious to see, when you moved to Canada when you were 18, where did you think that you would be at 25? Like, did you have expectations for when you moved to Canada? Or where did you think you would be at this age?
Wow. You know what? I love that you asked that question. When I was 18, I was a protected child. I never stepped out of my house. And the only thing that I wanted at that time was freedom. I wanted freedom so badly. And I really want everyone to understand this, that women in East, they're raised very differently. You don't have the freedom that you have in the West. I didn't know what I was going to do in life, but I knew one thing, that I am going to be the voice of the women who do not have a voice. And I'm so grateful that I get to do it with someone who has not even been raised in a culture like that. Because when Holly went to India, it was eye-opening for you, right? That how people live, how people do things, how people have different routines over there, and how they are stuck in the cycles. I knew one thing in my life, that I needed to get out of the cycle. And I got myself out of the cycle. That's why I'm here and I'm sitting down and I'm saying things that are on my mind. This is a big thing. This is a big achievement for someone who was born in a small village with 7,000 people, to be able to sit over here and say what's on her mind. Does not matter. I'm talking about everything in my life.
Even in the last episode, we were talking about sex and alcohol.
Yes.
And Jazz felt vulnerable. Whereas me, I'm like, if my uncle, dad, mom, and whoever else listens, I don't give a shit.
Yes.
Because I don't care, because they know that this is my life. Whereas Jazz is like, this is vulnerable of me. This is crazy for me to talk about this. Have become friends with Jazz. I went to India. I experienced what it's like to live in India. Obviously not to the extent that she has, where she's grown up in that village. But you realize, like, I went from backpacking Asia, doing whatever the hell I wanted to do, to going to this small village in India where you had to ask to go for a walk almost.
Yes. To put everything in perspective, my little sister and Holly, they're the same age. And my sister was astonished because she has never really stepped out of the house. To go backpacking, it's such a wild idea. When my sister looked at Holly doing all these things, she was astonished, intrigued, and she was admiring her for doing what she's doing, which is very admirable. Again, I have met people, even in Canada, who have never stepped out of their houses or who have never gone out of the provinces that they're living in. So there are people who have always kept their boundaries to where they are born. But to do something like that at such a young age, it's amazing. And it has added so much to your personality, so much to your perspective. And Holly's such a humble person. She's one of those people who can live anywhere, eat anything, and she would be grateful. She would not complain about it.
Yeah, that's actually something I want to add to this episode. So when I went to India, not only was her sister astonished with what I have done and whatever, her parents too were like, and your parents didn't care that you were backpacking?
Yes.
And this was all translated to me, so I didn't know like the actual attitude that was given towards me. But they were astonished with the fact that my parents let me come here. They let me go to India. They let me just... They were actually amazed that my parents were just like, yeah, go to India. And go hang out with Jazz's family.
Yes.
They could not believe that.
And I also told them that Holly has been paying her bills since she's 14. Because I wanted them to know that how people in West work. This is the norm over here, that you can, if you choose to, you can go out there and you can work for yourself and you can make money. Whereas my sister, she is 22, she's going to school, and my parents are taking care of her bills. But at the same time, it is so hard in India to find a job and to be able to pay for everything and have the lifestyle that you can have over here in West.
I was going to say, like, it's not normal for your sister to get a job.
Yes.
Like, for being 22 and a female and going to school, it wouldn't be normal for her to have a job.
Yes.
Yeah, it's normal for your parents to take care of you.
Yes.
I want you to tell the story about your mom. Her mom hated white people before this because she's never met one. She has only seen stories of them. She's only seen movies about them. She's only seen coverage about them. She's never met one. The way that she said that her perspective changed the day that she met me made me feel good. Like, I love that, because I think that it's not about being white, it's about being a good person. Yeah.
So my mother always associated white people with few things. It is showing skin, eating meat, and being independent in a way that you're not family oriented.
That's so funny, because that's the exact 3 things that I've done to you. Showing skin, eating meat. That's so bad. That's literally what I've done to you. So maybe I'm just really good at manipulating people. But you know what? Besides the point.
And the last one is, she thinks that all white people, they just divorce all the time, which is true.
You know what? That is true. But hey, my parents haven't, so I'm just hoping that it runs in the family.
The divorce rate is very high. That's what people in East think about people in West.
Jazz. Okay. You know what? Yes. 100%. The first 3 things, yes, we could put them in toxic categories for sure, but I don't think that they're toxic in Western views.
Yes.
Okay. The 4th one, the divorce rate, 100% I agree. That's one of the main things I'm scared about. I don't want to get divorced in my life, which no one does, but it does happen, like severely in the Western standpoint of things.
Yes.
But if I were to think of your parents' marriage, wouldn't you rather them get divorced than to be in the marriage that they're in?
Yes. But I think my mother never thought that she had the choice. So that's a completely different conversation.
See, I just think we have the freedom in the West to divorce,
I love
whereas
that.
in the East they don't.
I would rather be divorced than unhappy.
Exactly.
How about that? I would rather
And
divorce.
what is your parents? Unhappy? Yeah.
That's most people in India, to be honest.
Oh, that's so too bad.
That is.
You know what? I want to tell a story. My experience in India. The number one thing that affected me in India was watching your auntie's marriage video back over. So everyone gets a video when they get married, and it is very common as you be in an arranged marriage, and it's still very normal to this
very
day.
normal.
It's very normal to this day, and it's a lot different than us Westerners think that it is. So from me, like my perspective before I met Jazz, I thought that an arranged marriage meant your parents said you're getting married to this person, you don't get a choice, goodbye, have fun.
Yes.
So you meet them, you kiss them, you marry them, you fuck them, you have kids, life goes on. Okay? That's what I thought. It is a lot different than that. Although it is a very small exchange in encounters with you and the husband before you get married, it is different. They go through a whole checklist of things and they make sure that you guys are meant to be together. But I watched Jazz's auntie's marriage video. And the one thing that I remember about Jazz's auntie is that she has the biggest, most beautiful, extravagant smile. It is seen from miles away. Like, this woman has the most amazing smile. I called her Masi because that's auntie, right? In Punjabi, right? So I called her Masi because that was auntie. And she could not speak a lick of English. But every time that I would come to her house, she would just smile with just such love. Like, you could feel the love through the smile.
I remember she would press.
She would squeeze my cheeks and she would just hold me there like I was a child.
She would just look at you with admiration.
Yes.
Her eyes would brighten up and she would have this biggest smile and she would just look at Halls and just be like,
Yeah. And she was, just the most beautiful person ever. She was gorgeous and she just had the best smile ever. So I met her, and then it was like at the end of the month when I was there in India, and I watched her marriage video. And I was watching her get married to the man that she's still married to this day, the husband, the dad of her children. And there was no teeth to be seen. She did not smile once during this video. And that's what affected me most. And again, I think it's one of those things that Jazz and I just can't comprehend as a team. Like, I see it differently than she does, because I see this video and I see such a change in this woman, but she sees it and she's like, oh, it's just another marriage video. She truly doesn't see a difference in it. Whereas I'm like, I can tell this woman was not happy back in the day. She was getting married to this man. She was unhappy. This woman was like this, getting married. There was just a straight face. It was melancholy. There was nothing happy to do with the marriage. And yet I see her now and I'm like, wow, like, she is glowing. And whether it's to do with the marriage or the kids or the family or me being there even, like, this woman was glowing, and it just made me sad to see that she was so unhappy during this marriage video. Whereas in Canada, like, if I were to see this marriage video, I'd be like, this woman should not be marrying this man. Whereas in India, it's like, oh, they're just getting married. Their family made this happen, so it's happening. To go off topic, what do you think doing well means to you right now? Like, right now in today, what do you think for Jazz means doing well?
the one word that comes to me is intention. If I'm doing everything with intent, I think I'm doing well. That does not mean I'm doing best. I am on a scale of 1 to 10. I am showing up every day with a motivation of 10. Doing well means being more present. For the longest time, I have always focused on getting somewhere that I forget that I am meant to live in my day-to-day life. I am supposed to be present in my day-to-day life. I completely forget that. I'm always so focused on the end goal that I forget about the journey that I am on. I forget about the balance. I forget about enjoying my food. I forget about showing up for myself. I forget about laughing with my people. All I aim towards is I need to get there. I need to get to this specific point. And when I get to that specific point, it's a high for like a little tiny moment, and then I'm lost again. So being present is so important for me at this point. And if I'm present with whatever I'm doing in my life, even if I'm not able to do my best, even if I'm not able to show up with 100% confidence, 100% motivation, I'm okay with that. As long as I know that this moment, whatever it is, sad, happy, it is fleeting. If I am sad about anything, I know that this is going to pass. If I'm happy, I know that that's going to pass too. So just being present with whatever I'm feeling and being kind to myself. The one thing that I have been struggling with is binge eating. I don't know why I'm doing that, but when I'm eating a lot. And when I'm not eating enough. And whenever I'm binge eating, the one thing that makes me feel bad is not the fact that I'm eating a lot. It is the fact that I'm not able to enjoy the food. I'm not enjoying even one single bite of it. I'm just not present in that moment when I'm eating. And I want to bring intention to that moment. As long as there is intention, I think I am doing fine. I am doing well. And as soon as I am just flowing in the life and I don't know where my night is, where my day is, I lose myself. I slowly drift away from myself. So yeah, presence of mind. It's a practice though. Presence of mind is a practice. You cannot achieve it. It's not a state you can achieve. You have to show up every day. And it is hard because it is so easy to lose it.
It's even a habit of just realizing that you need to be present while having a bite of food.
Yes.
I think that I really grasped onto the idea of being present while eating, while trying to be present while eating.
Yes.
It's a practice. It's
It is
habit.
Yes. Right now, I don't even have a specific goal I'm aiming towards, I'm working towards. I'm just showing up every day with whatever I have. There are days when I am bad at showing up. There are days when I just lie in the bed and I just want the day to be over. And there are days when I go out there, I'm laughing, I'm doing things, I'm getting stuff done. So it does not look perfect. It is messy. It is as messy as it can be. There are days when I am full of doubts. I have so many doubts with everything that we are doing, with my life, with how I think, with what kind of person I want to be. I have questions every day. And I don't have an answer yet. And when I get an answer, I have more questions. And that's what's happening. So I feel lost every day. And I find myself every day. And the cycle goes on.
Yeah. I think that's the beauty of it, though, is just realizing that it's okay to not know what you're doing tomorrow, today, the next day. But that's the beauty of it.
Yes.
But again, and again, you have to learn to enjoy the journey, not the end goal.
Yes. And that's what I'm trying to
90% of life is the journey. 10%
yes.
is the goal.
Yes.
Whether that's a small goal or a big goal, it is very outweighed.
Yesterday I was working and one of my guests, they were asking me, how has Calgary been? And I thought to myself, wow, I'm living with my best friend over here. I would never be 25 again. She would never be 22 again. And we are living the life we are supposed to live. We are hustling, we are grinding, we are crying, laughing through everything. And I think that's the point of it. While I'm recording this podcast, like this specific episode, I'm having this wave of gratitude. I'm not even kidding you. There is this one thing. When Holly's on a high, I'm on a low.
Yeah,
when I'm on a high,
low.
I think that's good because if we both are on a low, it's gonna be.
Yeah, we haven't gotten there yet.
No.
Jazz is on a high now. No, it actually was like 2 weeks of Jazz being on a low and I was on a high, and now here I am crying, and she's in a gratitude mode. Like, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear about it.
I know. But
no, I don't know if this is like sad tears or happy tears.
I think they're happy tears.
I don't know.
I feel a wave of gratitude washing over me right now because life is beautiful.
But again, too, that's one thing that I think about constantly. Like, whenever I'm sad or like whenever I'm thinking about something or whenever I'm stressed, I always think I will never be in a random city where I know no one but my best friend, living with my best friend. I will think back to this day when my best friend is living with her husband and I'm living with my husband and I have children crying, or I have a 9 to 5 and I hate my life. Jazz and I live together. We are working service. We are coming together. We go out every single night. We have a day off. We are living the fucking life, but yet we're still calling it depression. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're still on a low, but we still have so much freedom within our lives. Holly, like, you have to think back. Like, you have to really put yourself in the present moment right now. You will never have a better life than right now. So appreciate it. Like, really appreciate it. And I think about that constantly. I'm so thankful for where I am today.
The only thing that I would want to correct over here is that she would not have a 9 to 5 where she would hate her life, because she's going to have an amazing fucking life. There is no way. Believe me. I think 20s are full of uncertainty. But one thing that you have to do is be audacious about what you want, dream big, go all out. It's important. Take the chances. Take the fucking chances.
The feelings that Jazz and I feel and the feelings that we communicate to each other are what you're supposed to feel in your 20s. Mm-hmm. Like, I have never been this uncertain about my life. Mm-hmm. I've never been this emotional in my life. I've never been this vulnerable in my life. I've never felt so exposed in my life. But I also have never felt like I've been on the most right path in my life. Yes. I feel that I'm on the right path, but yet I feel so uncomfortable.
When you take a step, you would still doubt it. We doubt it. I doubt it. She doubts it. And I think that is the part of it. You just have to show up. You just have to show up every day.
And again, like, right now, if what Jazz and I are doing goes nowhere, who gives a fuck?
Yes.
I think it has already taught us so much about ourselves. It has taught us so much about each other. It's taught us so much about the world. We've gotten so many people come up to us and like talk to us about our podcast. We've had so many people intrigued about it. We've had just experiences again that we would have never had if we didn't start this podcast. Mm-hmm. And I think that is the purpose of it too. Yes. So yes, I have so much faith in this podcast, and I have so much faith in the way that Jazz and I talk to each other and that we talk to the world, and that I feel I genuinely have so much hope in the way that we could help other people in this world. But at the end of the day, who gives a fuck if it doesn't bring us money? Yes. Who gives a fuck? I have never felt more confident and secure in the way that I talk about myself and other people than right now.
And it is okay to fail. Fail fast.
Yeah.
It is okay to fail, because most of the times we are thinking what other people are going to think about us if we do that. Fuck other people. Who cares? And it is hard. It is hard because there are days when we are scared to put ourselves out there. But it's okay. Do it scared. Do it scared.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be always 100% motivated to do something. You just have to do it. Just show up. Show up for yourself. And
having someone helps a lot, though. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. Like, doing it on your own, sure, do it. Like, good for you if you can. Mm-hmm. But I will not lie. If you have a really good friend in your life or someone that can support you the way that you need to be supported, take them on the ride.
Oh, my God.
And
yes.
We both would say that.
Yes, please.
So, yeah.
It has changed. It has changed my perspective, because I used to be the kind of person who thought that she wanted to do everything on her own. But we are stronger together. We are stronger together.
And like, if someone judges, let's say me, they're also judging Jazz, but we've been doing it as a team.
It helps. It helps.
Does. It does help.
Saying.
It really does.
Yes.
Even though like we have no mutuals, like other than Browns, we have no mutuals, but it helps. If someone's mean to one of us, they're mean to both of us.
Yes.
And it puts us up together.
Yes.
Not down as one. Yes. It puts us up as a team.
Because at the end of the day, I think that as long as this bitch is with me, I do not fucking care. Get the fuck out of my face. I do not care. I do not care what you think about me. If she says that I can say this out loud, I am going to say this out loud. And because sometimes you need that. You need that push.
Yeah.
That it is okay, Jazz. It is okay to say what you're thinking right now. It is okay. And thank you. So this was another shout out to Holly. And
Well, I could give millions to Jazz too. I don't think a lot of people experience the friendship that we have. We don't need to knock and spit on that shit. I'm just saying I hope other people experience it.
yeah.
We don't need to take that shit back right now.
I am that's a very Indian thing to do though.
No. You don't have hope in me that you have to do some luck bullshit?
Fuck you.
Right. Let's go see an astrologer. I'll tell him to put it in your place. This is episode 7. We're 2 she's in a pod. And on this episode, we were just kind of yapping about our lives and everything that's been going on. A checkup, if you want to say that. Next week, we're going to bring a more intimate conversation into play. Because I have an idea. Jazz doesn't know yet.
I don't. I love that. I'm excited.
But yeah, no, I just kind of wanted to yap with Jazz for this episode. Make it very unprofessional. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for listening. And we will see you next Wednesday.
Let's fucking go.